The next one's going over to Danny, my big man over in the UK.
It's me.
The one and only. What do you got for us today there, you sexy fuck?
Well, I thought the past few years has been a number of very high-profile games that have come out that have been, really overhyped. And they've come out and they've kind of disappointed us a little bit. And then there's been some ones that have come maybe under the radar and we've loved them. So I was wondering what you guys had to say about maybe not even just the last few years, maybe the lifetime you've been playing games. Anything that's come out and you thought, man, that was really cool. I didn't expect that. Or, man,
unexpected games you didn't think you would get into based off genre, stuff like that.
A little underrated gems, a little overrated.
So this is like games that we personally didn't think we would enjoy and then we did, or there's like a large the consensus on the game is that it's not good and we did enjoy it. Is that like
either or really? Yeah, totally.
It's something you didn't expect
Hidden
to
gems.
be as good as it was and to enjoy as much as you enjoyed.
Okay.
Well,
I'll throw one out there
was going to be awesome and it wasn't. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, we can go the opposite as well. Yeah, if you'd like. The first one that comes to mind for me that I jotted down was Harvest Moon.
Which one are you talking about here?
The first one I got into was the one Harvest Moon 64.
Yeah, no, that's the
I watched my friend Matt play it, and I was like, "You're just fucking planting turnips."
This is Farm Simulator.
Sweet. And then he lent it to me, and I took it home, and goddamn if that game wasn't one of the most addicting games I've ever played in my fucking life.
You gotta bed all the chicks in that.
Start courting women and planting farms and finding fairies and ponds and God, I don't know why, but it would just...
You want to raise your horses up to win the contests and the swimming contests? Oh man.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Everything about that game is good.
Yeah. That was just a fucking addicting game, man. It was great.
Right.
Yeah. You got anything come to mind, Danny?
Well, for me, I don't want to hate on the game because I like Destiny. We had a lot of good fun with Destiny, but that game was so hyped up, and I maybe even myself I hyped it up more than I should have done. And you even warned me about it before it came out, and I was like, "No, dude, it's gonna be awesome." It came out, and we were doing the same thing over and over again, and it was just a grind fest.
Grindy.
And I know now, looking at it now, there's a lot of new content, and some of it looks really good. And I'm sure it's a bit of a different game.
Let's be clear. We right now are speaking of vanilla Destiny without any DLC, because none of us really jumped into that shit.
But I liked it a lot. We had a lot of fun, but it wasn't. It wasn't everything I wanted it to be, and it was.
It wasn't what they were telling us.
Quite a bit less than I wanted it to be, but. Fair play. They've brought out more.
We clearly had different ideas of what it was going to be in our heads before we actually played it. Yeah. I thought it was at launch. It was going to be a fully fleshed out universe with the longevity of a good MMO and the storytelling behind it to give us some concepts as to what we were doing and why we were doing and why the fuck do we care. But what we got was here's this world and you're awake and we'll tell you soon why you're awake and why we woke you, and then they just don't, and then they're like, pick a faction, and you're like, all right, Dead Orbit, and then you're like, why did I pick Dead Orbit? Who is Dead Orbit? What do they stand for? Are they pirates? Are they fucking I don't know, are they
dead people?
Activists for a gay rights community that I would join up for? I have no idea. I don't know who these people are. Right, so it gave me. I fell off very, very quickly. It was just,
it was very grindy
and just. Yeah, doing the same mission over and over again with no payoff of story.
Yeah, getting better loot to fight the same enemies that just have more hit points is not fun for me. Yeah. And then we started finding little gimmicky shit to take down all the bosses, like hiding in that little room and taking down that one guy from a corner, just breaking the game. And that shit wasn't fun to me.
And the loot caves came along.
Yeah, and the loot caves,
Yeah, we really fucked that game, didn't we?
Yep.
It was great.
Everybody did though, and they had to patch that loot cave out and everything.
It was fun for a while. We had good times. Mechanically, the game was so sound and played so smooth.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It just missed all the extras,
which
are probably admittedly added in now, at least more so.
Also,
which is cool. Yeah.
I think
I'd agree.
It was what we wanted was a Mass Effect style MMO, right? The big sci-fi with a lot of story and characters you could learn to love, and we just didn't get that at all. We wanted to explore, and we couldn't. Basically predefined 3 planets, 3 locations you can go to, and then the moon, I guess, where the wizard lives.
Yeah, I can't really believe that that's the most expensive game made. Like,
there's a lot of marketing though, right? A lot of marketing.
I think,
money.
yeah. Well, obviously, yeah. You probably spend over hundreds of thousands of dollars on just Led
Millions.
Zeppelin tracks. So.
Millions on advertising.
Yeah.
Tens of millions, if not more, I would say.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because they did live action stuff as well, right?
Yeah. Absolutely, they did. They did a lot of live action shit. They did like a little movie short and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was my disappointment, even though I liked the game quite a bit and I had a lot of fun with it. That was the game I wanted more from, and it let me down a little bit. So, yeah. I don't know.
It's fair.
Yeah. What was that?
You got any?
Big T?
Not.
Taylor's just thinking about this for the first time.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, keep thinking about it. I'll go to one of mine if you want.
Do it.
Yeah, go for it.
StarCraft 2 comes to mind because before that, for me, I never really got into too many like real-time strategy stuff. It was never my bag. I didn't even think I'd really get that into StarCraft 2, but I had just built a new gaming PC and I had a bunch of friends that were playing it.
Right.
And for whatever reason, it just clicked, and I fell in love with that game.
Yeah, you love that game.
As an RTS. Yeah. I did love that game. I think a lot of it had to do with me playing it with friends and them being very patient.
It was you and Ricky, right?
Or teaching me. Me, Ricky, Dean, like there was a good 6-7 of us, and we would just do free-for-alls online. Cool. So it wasn't even like a campaign thing. It was like we would all be against each other, and then we would add 2 AIs on Insane.
Right.
And they weren't on teams. Everybody, like a free-for-all, and it would just create madness. It was fucking great.
Nice.
It was really, really cool. Yeah, it was a good game. But that's one that really caught me off guard because I had, before that, had never been into that genre. And since, it actually led me to other things like Dota and League and, you know, the MOBA arenas and other RTS-type games and strategy games. So it kind of opened the door for a lot of different genres for me. So that was a biggie.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm trying to think of a gem.
Yeah. A gem.
Like for me, like you put me onto MMOs
diamond in the rough,
right? Like I would refuse to play MMOs, and then you finally got me to play. I think it was Star Wars. You finally got me to play. Which one was it? Is it just the Old Republic?
Knights of the Old Republic or whatever?
Yeah, Star Wars: The Old Republic. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really got into it.
Yeah.
I was having a good time with it, and then I was playing a lot of different MMOs. I don't love MMOs.
Yeah, we tried a bunch of free-to-play ones as well.
Yeah, Terra we played, right?
Terra we played a little bit. Yep.
And we played DC Universe Online.
We sure did.
And there's some other ones I'm forgetting.
Yeah,
but
man.
I tried a bunch.
Star Wars was fun.
Star Wars
My character, Amigo Hombre, a Twi'lek Jedi. Nope, Twi'lek Sith. Big
I remember
fatty.
the first time I saw you coming in on your what do you call it, your mount or whatever, right?
Yeah, your mount. Yeah, your little speeders.
Yeah, you came flying in. I was like,
yeah, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, you get like little land speeders.
That's pretty solid.
Oh, it was fucking sweet.
Could you get Luke's land speeder?
No,
No,
you couldn't.
You know, there's just not a demand for them ever since the T2000
It's way.
yeah,
well played. But I mean, the Old Republic set way before Luke's time, anyway. So.
Yeah.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah,
but I mean, that was a little gem for me because I had a lot of fun with it, you know.
Yeah. Well, like same thing with StarCraft. Like it opened the door for other MMOs for you. And
I don't think Old Republic was even a really highly rated game. So I mean, that's the definition of a hidden gem.
I fucking loved it. And actually, there's a new DLC that's either coming out or just came out or whatever that looks super fucking cool, and I want to get it. That's where I'll leave that. I don't have a PC to play it right now.
Free,
but
isn't it? So.
I think you have to buy the. Oh no, I think it did go free to play now. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then I have like a founder token because I bought it day one.
Nice.
I'm a fucking nerd. I actually, fun fact, was on it so early I got the name Admiral Akbar for my account.
Nice.
Well done.
Right?
Well done.
I'm a winner!
One of life's winners.
The one that I was thinking of that I really did not even think I would like or ever even try to play was Minecraft.
Oh yeah, totally.
And yeah, when after Nick bought it, I played it at his house, I think, for a night, and then I went home and immediately purchased it because it's
addicting. And I remember even you came over and I was like, we're gonna play Minecraft, and you're like, Minecraft?
Yeah.
And then we just got drunk and started playing and played for fucking hours and like
ever.
We started building this shit and like you just immediately bought it, and then I can't tell you how many people did that.
Yeah.
Andrew came over and he's like, fuck you playing Minecraft for? Next thing you know, he's at home building a Spanish galleon on the ocean.
Exactly. Harbor towns and lighthouses. And
Yeah, fuck, he took off, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's so fun, though. Like, me and Ricky mapping out 10 different maps, just seeing how far the world goes and not really realizing that every time you hit the edge, it procedurally generates a whole new one, and you're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
We like mapped it out, and on our wall on our base we had all the maps there, all laid out like an atlas. It's fucking badass.
Yeah, it's way better than I gave it credit for when I first heard about it. That's for sure. I mean, I normally don't just hate on a game because of the graphics or anything like that. And I mean, I looked at the graphics and I was like, oh, that's nothing special. But I mean, just the idea of it, and I guess that I just thought it was for kids. I just assumed it was just not going to be that like intellectual, I suppose. But it's like it's just pure creation.
It's Lego,
it's pretty great. Like you're just grabbing pixels, and you can just make whatever the fuck you want,
I mean, it's dumbed down now too compared to when it first came out.
Yeah,
because the crafting table in the first one, you had to actually like there was no.
You had to fuck around,
You had to figure it out, right? And people were like, Wiki was the most useful thing in the world because it wouldn't tell you what you needed to build specific things, and it didn't even tell you what you could build.
Yeah,
that's fucking intense.
Wow, just line it up in that.
Yeah, right. So that always turned me off when it first came out, and I was like, I don't have the time to put into that, and I don't really want to wiki every single thing that I can craft, right? And as soon as it came to the console, that's when I was like, okay, now's the time to jump into it. Then I bought it on PS3, PS4, PlayStation Vita. It's super fun on Vita. It's a great one to have on the go with you. You know?
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yep.
Totally. You think of any others there, Daniel-san?
Well, the one that sort of the germ of this idea was when you kept telling me about how the latest full Wolfenstein game was like a little underrated gem for you, and I know we kind of disagreed about that, but that was what sparked the idea, because I like that game, but you loved that game.
I fucking loved that game because of how decidedly old school it felt, but with the polish of a new game,
like what we hope Doom is going to be.
Yes, absolutely. Like what we hope. Well, I hope Doom's a little bit faster, and I think it is based off of what I've seen. I want Doom to be like as fast as Quake and shit for the online.
Yeah, the old.
With crazy weapons. I don't want it to be a twitch shooter like Counter-Strike where I have to like aim for the head. I want to shoot rockets at people's feet while jumping around a map. You know, with crazy weapons and shit like that. Yeah, exactly. But to like Wolfenstein for me rejuvenated that whole franchise so well, because the last couple felt a little underwhelming and stale. They were cool concepts but just didn't deliver as well as Machine Games did. The game just felt so good, and blowing people apart just looked so visceral and fucking amazing.
That was satisfying.
And I loved the concept of the world. I've always liked the concept of Wolfenstein's world. Yeah, and I liked how they swayed from the occult and went a bit more into like the cybernetic aspect of shit like that, with like Mecha Hitler and Mecha Dogs and stuff like that. But they actually worked it so well into the story. Like the guy that made Mecha Hitler in the first one was still alive, but there was another general for Return to the Castle Wolfenstein that was in charge of the army, and he was more into the occult stuff. So that's where you get all the weird fucking mystical shit. But then he dies at the end of Wolfenstein in 2009. And so this guy, who's more of the cyber mecha guy, is the new guy that's in charge. So that's why you got all these mech dogs and crazy mech suits and shit like that. Like it actually like just worked for me. I love that they put that much thought into the backstory and fleshed it out.
That is cool.
I mean, that's a lot of thought for just a simple corridor shooter, man.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can actually make rash decisions in it, like do I kill that man or do I kill that man, and it totally splits the storyline. Different events happen and different characters are in the world based off of a couple different scenes, so it makes sense to play through it a couple times. Yeah, that one really surprised me. Maybe I'm just, I don't know, a sucker for the old school, but
no, that sounds better than what I thought it was going to be.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was just a fun romp, you know.
Yeah, there is one we could probably all agree on that came out this year. Do you have any guesses? Like, we didn't expect it to be as awesome as it turned out to be.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, I already know what that is.
What's that?
What is it, Danny?
Oh, it's the initials of RL, I believe.
It sure is. Or a little Rocket League.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a Rocket League you speak of.
Yeah. Yeah, who are we kidding?
We didn't. We went
Rocket
ready for that.
League!
How can you give that away for free?
Fucking love Rocket League. You know? They don't. Everybody else says, "Oh, it's the free game." It's like, no, you paid $50 a year for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. and a service. They don't have to give
And I
us
bought all the
free
DLC.
Huh?
So I'm a good guy.
I think they did have to give us the free games.
You think so?
Yeah. They gotta compete with Microsoft. They
That's
give
true.
free games, man. Games of gold and shit.
Okay.
Although I think that was a direct response to PlayStation Plus. But they needed to have an incentive
Yeah,
to like, hey, sorry, you're gonna have to pay for online now, but we'll give you a game every month for each console you own.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Like
Worth
they
it.
kind of had to. It was a PR spin, but it made sense.
worth it. Yeah.
Also, it's pretty cool because it actually gets a lot of lesser known games and indie games a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Right.
like I don't know if Andrew. I don't think Andrew got Rocket League for free. I'm pretty sure that he had to
Yeah, I
buy it
think he
because
did.
Yeah, well, I'm sure a lot of people did.
he wasn't there when it was free, and now we all have it, and it's all amazing, and we're telling him about it, and now he's like, "Oh, I missed it."
Totally right. Like word of mouth is a very, very powerful PR
But
tool.
yeah, you get
100%.
a million people playing that thing, and yeah, you're gonna get everybody else playing that.
Do you think
after a while.
Helldivers wouldn't have had the install base that it had? I'll tell you that much.
It wasn't free, was it?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
free
it was
game.
a free one. Yeah.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes. Yes.
It's the only reason I got it.
Yes.
for free?
Yes.
That's why I got
Holy
it. 'cause
shit.
it was free.
100%.
Oh wow,
See?
man! I feel
Like Danny wouldn't have bought a game just based off of the, like you see a screen of it and it's top down and he's like, nah, I don't want it.
That's
It's like a turn off, right?
yeah, no, damn PlayStation.
I don't like the isometric thing, and like I get that,
that's so
right?
well.
But the second you get to play it and you get to see how kind of entertaining it is and crazy and shit, it kind of sells you. Also, like
It's good.
the comedy aspect of that.
Yeah,
game was really good.
yeah,
it's funny.
the team
Starship Troopers and shit like that. Yeah, it was great.
It's good.
Any other hidden gems you got there, Danny?
Oh. Hidden gems.
I got a hidden gem that fucking
Go for
nobody's gonna get on this table. N64. Mystical Ninja starring Gelman.
Yeah, Goman.
Did you ever play that game?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I
Yeah,
fucking
it's
never.
two-player.
Huh?
You can play 2-player.
Really? You could
Yeah.
be the little fat
The
tubby
little-
friend?
the little fat
I didn't
tubby
even
friend,
know that.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, I smell a video.
I used to own that game. I don't know where it went. Oh man, yeah, I gotta get that game. We'll do a video of it.
I really like that one.
But I played it at a friend's house during the N64 heyday, and I had never heard of it in my life. And I was like, "What the hell?" I remember the exact scene I saw when I saw it, the very first frame. I walked downstairs in my buddy Joe's basement, and he was playing as the little fat guy because you could switch.
Yeah,
And then he gets down onto his stomach and starts crawling along the floor.
I think so. Yeah.
Do you remember that animation at all?
I feel.
He does this. If this is his body, his ass does that.
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
waddles
yeah, I
across the
remember that,
floor.
yeah. I remember laughing at that. For
And,
sure.
it's the first thing I saw, and I'm like, what is this amazing game that you are playing, Joe? It was hilarious. I just started laughing. But basically, it's like Asia Zelda.
It is. Yeah.
It is Japanese Zelda
Yeah.
in the most funniest
Yeah.
form.
I got it because I read it was at the movie store or whatever, and I only rented it. I never bought it.
Sure.
I read the back.
It says Ninja, and you just like,
Yeah.
that's the one.
the back said his name was Goman, and I was
Goman.
like, oh, that sounds like a Dragon Ball Z name. I'm
And
totally
he's
gonna
got
get
spiky
this.
hair.
Yeah.
He does
this
kind
is
of look
like a little Dragon Ball game. I'm totally gonna grab it.
Totally.
It was like running around like Goku.
Looks like a young Goku.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was pretty great. I really enjoyed it.
It was just a cool Zelda clone, kind of, 3D action platformer with puzzles
Yeah, it was good.
in like extreme Japanese fashion. Like,
Yeah.
oh, 100%. That was a really cool game. Not one I ever hear people talk about. So there's
Never
a hidden
heard of
gem
it.
for you fuckers to go check out. I bet you haven't. Yeah, I wrote that down. I'm like, yeah, Danny's never going to get this one.
Nope. But yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Any others there, Daniel-san?
I think we scratched that itch. Got some good ones out there.
Yeah.
I got a couple more.
Oh yeah, go for it.
The Walking Dead Telltale game caught me off guard
yeah.
because I used to love adventure games back in the day. I'm super excited to play through the remake of Full Throttle soon
Yeah,
and shit
that'd be
like
good.
that.
Data
I used to,
Sensical.
we used to really love the LucasArts ones and all the Tim Schafer shit. I actually never played Grim Fandango, so we should do a play of that.
Yep.
But the Walking Dead caught me off guard because I tried to get back into it when they did the 2. I bought the entire package I bought every episode of Jurassic Park and Back to the Future. And I was pretty disappointed with both of them. I was like, these are kind of boring. I thought Back to the Future was better than Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was such a wasted opportunity because fucking dinosaurs, man. But that being said, The Walking Dead, I was like, I'll give it a go because I'm hearing all these great things and Game of the Year candidate. And I was like, what? I gotta try that shit. And I tried it, and near the end of it, I was almost fucking crying. So I was like, wow, that surprised the shit out of me.
It's insanely good.
It punched me in my testicular emotions. It made me cry.
They make the atmosphere they do the atmosphere really well in that game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, the art style, it never won me over, but it's mostly because I don't really care for the
cartoony,
almost cell shaded to cartoony aspect of things like that. It turns me off. It's my biggest problem with the Borderlands franchise. I love those games. I love the gameplay and stuff like that. But I don't know why.
The only game where I loved that was The Darkness 2. I loved it in that game. That was it.
Yeah, you know what, I did too, but it was based off. It was more of a comic booky style, and that's based off a comic book universe, so it kind of worked. And I don't know, The Walking Dead is the same thing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it wasn't based off the show, the game. It was based off of the graphic novels.
Yeah. And for me, what it was just the emotional attachment to the characters and the storytelling, and that it was a masterclass in character development and little things to actually, like little decisions that you make have massive ramifications, and it makes you just go, "What the? Wow, didn't see that coming."
Yeah. It's always different. Like I played a lot of the Telltale games, and the decisions are always pretty intense. But it's always different when you're deciding whether people like lose limbs or lose their life or something like that, which was more the case in Walking Dead. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time, and it was my game of the year for that year. I put it up there on that big of a pedestal.
Wow. What year did it come out?
A couple years ago now. 2 years ago. 3 years ago? I don't remember.
2012 sounds right.
Something like that, yeah. At least for the last chapter of the first season
right.
is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I haven't played the second season.
I have. It's really good.
I think I have it.
It's good.
Maybe? I don't know.
know.
We've got so many games, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah, man. I had Portal on there as well, just because I mean... I didn't even know what it was when I plugged it in, and I was like, this is pretty fucking funny. Caught me off guard, you know? Yeah. It was a good little gem.
Portal 2 is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a good one.
The cake is a lie.
Yeah. The cake is a lie.
The song as well.
You can't even eat it. Yeah. The song, like I put it on my MP3 player after I finished that game.
So good.
It was so nice. Yeah, right?
Really good.
It had such charm to it.
Yeah.
And then the second one blew it out of the water, obviously. But I was totally expecting it to after I played the first one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
Totes, my goats. Mamas. I don't know. You guys got any others?
No, nothing springing to mind, you know? We got
That's about it.
Yeah, we got it.
Well, you know. Thanks for joining us here with DUDEPOOL Gamescast. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more content from us, make sure to hit that subscribe button at the bottom. Maybe give the video a like. And like I said, please leave some comments or whatever and let us know how we're doing, or your likes, your dislikes. If you have any topic suggestions, send it our way. You can email us at dudepoolgaming@gmail.com. And we'll talk to you later and catch you next time.
Peace.